Well, welcome neighbors. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and hopefully we'll all learn something. I know there's a YouTube algorithm and I don't know how it works, but I figured there has to be some sort of mathematical equation to making this work. So this weekend I put on my huge cranium and I did some equations and this is what I came up with. Now we're going to use a few consonants, so just bear with me. Okay, first we're going to start with D equals Y, T-E-R-Y sub YouTuber times rant equals subs sub 1 times rant equals sub 2. Sub 1 plus sub 2 equals sub, oh, sorry about that, equals sub 1 over bitching. Now we have D sub 2 equals BTNG, short for bitching, right? Now times BD, breakdown, equals relay sub divided by vids. Okay, so everybody see how that works? Okay, and now let's look at another equation. We will do the first circle jerk method. Alright, so you know what? We're getting in deep. Let me just put my hair up. We're going to learn some knowledge. Okay. So, the circle jerk, alright, equals CJ sub 1 minus YT, we know what YT is, sub 1 over YT sub 2, D1 plus D2 equals WK, we know that's white knight. Then we have I, imaginary number for the delusions. Whoops, I put the parentheses on the wrong side. So imaginary for delusions that they all seem to have D sub 1 squared plus D sub 2 squared plus WK again squared plus rant equals subs. Alright, do you see how we got that? We went from the CJ divided by the YouTubers, went to the white knights, imaginary for delusions. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this works. And I think you'll all be pleasantly surprised. And I need to make this more even or something. Get loud. There you go. Okay, now, the way this works, find hated person to go after, okay? I.e., Onision. Many have done this. Okay, now rant incessantly. Alright, do you see? Now, but this works sort of as a symbiotic relationship, okay, because we've got circle jerk here, or CJ, as we know the consonants, and more bitching, BTNG, remember, Okay, now that feeds together, and we get subs. Okay, the way this works in another mathematical way is D equals square root of BTNG sub 1 plus BTNG sub 2 all over A sub 2 minus A sub 1, and of course A is our constant for always lying. Alright, do we see how that works? Great. Okay, I'm glad. Let's move on to our next equation, because I don't have much time and I want to make sure we get through all the material. And so here we go. Okay. Now we're going to solve for x. X equals negative BTNG plus or minus the square root of BTNG minus 4AC. What is 4, or what is A here? It's the algorithm. What is C here? Constantly complaining. Okay? Great. Excellent. All over 2A. Okay, you might be familiar with this equation. It is the quadratic formula, only adapted to YouTube. And it works quite well. Alright, let's look at the slope, okay? Slope equals m, which of course is our constant for mukbang, equals y2 minus y1, we know that's our YouTubers, all divided by x sub 2, x squared minus x sub 2 squared minus x sub 1, and then of course here x is always our constant for subs. It's always what we're solving for. So, excellent, moving on. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. We're going to go over the rule of law. Okay. And we're also going to do a little trigonometry, and I have an acronym for you. You might be familiar with it, but I don't think you'll be familiar with well, you'll see where I'm going with this. Okay, where are we? Okay, the rule of law. Rule of law. Okay, here we have D of A. That wasn't supposed to happen. Sorry, class. Just give me a moment. Wow. That was not cool. Okay, so now we have D sub A over D of T, D times T, distance and time, remember, over K to the, to whatever number here, of course, A, again, always lying, distance and time, always lying, distance times that. Again, always solving for X, and here is our number of subs, which we don't know at this point. I'm like, stay. Okay, the last one we might be familiar with. Okay, we're going to go with A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, here, always lying, remember. B, bitching. C, it's, well, see you next Tuesday. Because that's what generally you become when you combine bitching with lying. see you next Tuesday. All right. How are we doing on time, class? Okay, good. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of trig. I know you guys are all familiar with sine, cosine, tangent. So we're just going to quickly go over some formulas that we could use, like our TI. God, I mean, even an 84 for these. Okay, so, of course, we know that, right, sine, what does it measure? Angle over hypotenuse. Okay, what does the cosine measure? It measures the sides of a triangle. Now, what is tangent? It is the opposite. OPP, you don't, exactly, OPP for tangents, okay? Of angle over the adjacent side of angle. And the way we can remember this, you might remember this, is SOHCAHTOA. But here we have a little bit different consonants. Okay, number one. Let me erase these so that we can all get a good idea of what's going on here. Okay, now, all right, 1, S, start drama with others. Excellent. 2, be obstinate. Okay, if anyone offers you advice, you are always right. You can do no wrong. No one knows better than you. You are God. Moving on. 3, for H, we've got B. Well, you know what? Let's just copy B. Hyperbolic. Okay, now this one's huge. Huge, okay? Now, we're on to A. Act complex. Use words like aesthetic and vapid and think you're very cool, okay? Now we are moving on to our next H, which is be hazardous to the community. Okay, this is key. Clutch, be toxic. Spread so much vitriol that people can't stand you and you get net hate like there's no tomorrow. Listen to me, guys. I know what I'm talking about. You see these? You see these circles? Check it out. Check it out. No, sorry. I've been listening to this band. Okay, but seriously, I didn't sleep last night. I mean, I got 3 hours because I was working on all of these formulas for you guys. Okay, so let's move on. We've got be hazardous to the community. Okay, now we are on 6. Talk about your aesthetic. Okay, again, don't stop using this word. Use it at least 25 times in a day in Instagram posts, Twitter, Snapchat. This is your go-to word. Put your huge cranium on and remember, aesthetic, okay? All right, T, and then, 7 for O, be offensive, B-E offensive. Sorry, I was singing the song. Be offensive, B-E offensive, okay? Insult people. Say KYS. Tell them, I don't care if you broke your legs. These are clutch phrases that, these need to be your go-tos. Go die in a fire. Go F yourself. Your mama never should have birthed you. I practically birthed you. Bella had in my DMs with an XO. I'm so sorry. But a quick story. Because of my CKD, I was in the hospital last week, and I was hallucinating, and so I have vague bouts of, like, memory and reality, and I would, if I listened to anything, like, if I was quasi-conscious, it was YouTube, because I couldn't, see to, like, press the remote. I mean, I was out there, I had dreams of, I created this new type of Japanese photography. It's called waifu, or maybe wangfu, I'm not sure. And I can tell you guys about it later. But let's finish this off, okay? Now, we were on number 8, A. Again, always, lie. Again, this one can never be pulled out too many times. This one is your go-to card, always. Even if it's on video, if you say it didn't happen, it didn't happen, okay? Okay, it doesn't matter who screen captured what, okay? If you say it didn't happen, it didn't happen, okay? So remember, in any sticky situation, always lie. Alright? Now, hopefully, we'll have more math formulas with Cara, but I just wanted to share those with you, and hopefully, you'll succeed at YouTube yourself. In fact, I'm about to try these methods myself. No, I'm sorry. I'm too much of a lady. My dad would kill me. So, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to open your box of joy. Bye, guys.